All right, good morning, everyone. Futures Brizio here, 9:30 a.m. on Thursday, July 17th. Hope everybody's having a good morning so far. As always, before we get started, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and any questions or comments, leave them down below. And we'll just jump right in here, take a look at where we're at. I know sometimes I do these later in the day. I figure I would try to do this a little earlier. So we'll just jump right in. So we'll start in futures. This is natural gas on the 1 hour chart. You can see I'm in a long right now. It's really not doing much. I got into this yesterday, held it through the overnight. It really hasn't done anything since I got into it. I got into it over here, or maybe it was, no, actually, I think it was probably over here. Um, but we didn't really see well, we had a good pullback here, but then it's just, you can see it's just struggling to go higher. Right now, it looks like it's trying to go down again. So we'll see if I decide to hold this, but overall, I do think natural gas has more upside potential. You can see I have a TP set at this swing high up here. And so that's kind of where I was looking to have this go to. Um, you know, so I probably will hold it, but it's just chugging its way along here. So that's natural gas. Okay, 10-year Treasury notes yields. Excuse me. Looks like it's in a corrective mode. We had this. This is the 4 hour chart. We obviously we hit this low, went up, made this new high, and then we've just kind of just been drifting lower since then. But this is probably more of just a larger correction. You can see that almost kind of happened back here. We had this push higher, price went down, tried to go up, came back to kind of equal highs, and then had a bigger correction before the next move up. And that's kind of what we've done here, right? We went up, made a new high, came down, tried to push up, price came back to the previous highs basically, and then went down again, right? On this wick, came back to these highs. So, I mean, the uptrend's still intact as long as we hold this 4 hour swing level right here. But I do think we'll probably see a bigger correction at least before price turns up again. So, but again, as long as this swing right here holds, I still keep a bullish stance on this. I'll probably show the CFD chart when we're done in TradingView, and just where you can see overall where I'm targeting up to. So this definitely appears to be a corrective phase. This may go on all day today. I'm not sure. You can see with the CCI is now crossing back through the zero line, so which is what I like to see if I'm looking for a bullish setup, to see it at least get through the zero line, if not down closer to the minus 100 line, and then get some bullish swing back up. So from here down is what I'm looking for. And so, like I said, as long as we maintain this area, it's still in an uptrend overall. All right, corn and soybeans. So market just opened about 3 minutes ago, and not really doing much right now. But again, so this is corn. Overall, we are still in a downtrend. We may have some short-term movement up here. This is the 4 hour chart. Again, we have this swing high up here that led to this low, and price is just kind of chugging along. It doesn't mean you can't trade it long, but you do have to respect that we are in a longer term downtrend here, and that's what I would keep in mind. If you are considering long positions here, again, this is what I drew yesterday. I still think this is just a big liquidity drain up here. Would be a probable target for long positions up into here, and as long as we don't take out this high up here, then we remain in a downtrend. So doesn't mean, again, you can't trade it long, but just keep in mind that the longer trend is still down. Soybeans, maybe a little bit different picture. So you remember yesterday I had both of these lines I had drawn on here yesterday. We basically had two layers of support. or excuse me, resistance here. We had this little structure high that led to this low. And then we had this one here. Okay. And I said, legitimately, this was probably the legitimate swing but because it did lead to a new low, although not a great new low. But we also had this one just above there. And you can see price did take out the first one, and now it's sitting right at the second one. As the market's opened here, it's trying to pull back away from that. So, I think overall we're still in a downtrend here, but it's faltering. If we do get a candle close, even like a good 1 hour candle close above this high, then again, similar to corn, I probably would be willing to trade it back towards this gap area up here, because there is a much more strong swing high back here, right up in this area, basically between this gap and up here. So these are maybe just turn out to be like minor pullbacks within this bigger downtrend. So because you can see the size of this pullback versus these two, right? It's kind of like what we had here, right? We had this big pullback, price went all the way down. We had a pullback here, looks pretty impressive. Price went down, made a new low, but then it blasted through there, came up, and looks like, oh, well, we're going to turn higher because we took out this swing. But what did it do? It came back, towards this bigger swing high up here, and then just broke down again. So these might just turn out to just be like minor pullback areas and not really important, whereas this is still the important area. So again, it doesn't mean you can't trade this long, because even if this is going to pull back further, that is definitely tradable to the upside, but just respecting the fact that it's still in a downtrend overall. But again, we're being held up right here at this area. I do have a pretty good feeling that this probably will break through here and continue the uptrend, just because of the force that this candle hit up against this area. It's not doing anything right now, but again, the market just opened, and maybe it doesn't do anything today. I don't know. But again, if it does go up, short-term longs, back towards this gap area, back up towards this swing high, are probably a possibility. So but there's nothing for me to do with this right now, just like there's not really nothing to do with corn right now either. It's not really doing anything. All right, and then oil. So this again, these are all lines I drew in here yesterday. So this, I haven't changed the chart. You remember I drew this small little support area yesterday, and I said, at the time price was over here somewhere, and I said, well, it probably will come down as long as it holds this area. I still consider in the range. And during the overnight, what it did, it came down, made 3 attempts to go lower right here, failed, came back, snapped back into the range again. And, then this morning it tried to go lower again. And, again, it's just kind of staying inside of this range. And so I would consider a break below these lows, because you can see it's rejected off of this area multiple times. If this now comes down at some point and smashes through this area, then I'd be more willing to say that the price is going to continue down. And I don't think this area here will hold it. I think if it does break through here, it will just keep going down. We'll make a new low. In terms of going to the upside, I mean, it's in the range right now, so I'm not trading it at all. It's just basically moving in a more of a consolidation pattern right now. But if it goes up, probably want to see it break through these structural levels to go higher. This is only a 1 hour chart, so this is not a big area right here. I mean, you can get one candle easily break right through both of these resistance areas. So a breakthrough here, close above these areas would make it more bullish. A break below these swings down here would make it more bearish. But you can see, it just keeps moving back inside this tighter range right here. So again, nothing to do with this right now, at least for me, at least on these time frames. I'm just going to, sit and watch and see what this does. So yeah, that's about it on futures. Just jumping over to Forex really quick. The dollar looks like it's under some pressure again. This is dollar yen. We did have this big move down on the Trump talking about Jerome Powell a couple of days ago, and price tried to rally back. And you can see we came back up to this previous resistance area, and now it looks like it's trying to go down again. So we could potentially have a turn. Let's see if that's dollar driven or whether that's yen driven. I think, that particular move looks like it's more yen driven, because here's the pound yen. We just looked at dollar yen. Here's the pound yen, and it looks similar. I mean, we didn't have as dramatic of a move down, but we did have this move down to this level right here. We did technically have one candle break below it, but it snapped right back. And then we've gone up and, starting to move down again. So this is, this current move down definitely looks more yen driven than dollar driven. So we'll see. But this, yeah, I mean, it's really consolidating. Here's the high. This is the 8-hour time frame. So, yeah, we'll see where this goes. We could definitely see this break and come down here, take out this low again, and then continue down. But it's definitely more consolidating right now. If you come back to here, right, it's come down, come up, come down, come up, and now it looks like it's coming down again. So if you're trading inside the range, then obviously trading it back towards these lows would be keep you inside the range. We do have the CCI here. This is a 34 period CCI. Even if we change it to 21, potentially seeing this break through the zero line would give you a little bit better on the oscillator to continue down. But so anyways, yen looks like it's on some strength here. Dollar yen, pound yen both look like they're failing to go higher, but we'll see if that maintains. And as far as these dollar pairs go, not much happening. They're still overall in downtrends. There's the euro. Here's the Aussie. Aussie, did break this structure right here. It's pulling back now, which is fine. I'd like to see it, maybe pull back a little bit more and then potentially roll over for another short. And then finally on the pound USD, it's continued to just consolidate at this level that I've had drawn on here. All right, it's just, we're basically staying inside of this level and this swing high right here. So this is the 12-hour chart. Here's the 4-hour. Again, not really doing anything. It's just been really moving in between here for a couple of days now. So I still feel fairly bearish on this pair, so that it will eventually break through. But right now it's not doing anything. So no trade for me there on any of these either. So overall, pretty quiet morning. We'll see if anything develops as we go through the morning here. But I did want to just jump in and just talk about what it looks like at the in the early part of the session here. So potentially we'll come back later and look at this again and see where we ended up on the day. So, all right. So I'll leave it there, guys. Remember, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. And we'll end it here. Have a good morning, and we'll talk to you later.